Hello guys and girls, welcome back. I wasn't going to ruin this front cover by putting my hands over it. I couldn't do my normal welcome. What a fabulous presentation pack this looks. This is Sir Ernest Henry Shackleton, the £2 coin set to commemorate 100 years of polar exploration. Fantastic, isn't it? Give you a minute to look at it while I tell you that Sir Ernest Henry Shackleton was born on the 15th of February 1874 in County Kildare in Ireland, and is the second of 10 children. He went with Captain Robert Falcon Scott on the Discovery on the 1901 to 1904 expedition, but he was sent home early on health grounds. Yeah. He married Emily Dorman and he had 3 children. I won't give their names out because of links to families for obvious reasons. I like to read a quote to you about Sir Ernest Shackleton, and it says, in his 1956 address to the British Science Association, Sir Raymond Priestley, one of his contemporaries, said, "Scott for scientific method, Amundsen for speed and efficiency, but when disaster strikes and all hope is gone, get down on your knees and pray for Shackleton." He was known much later on for his leadership skills. I think Scott stole the limelight for a while, and Shackleton didn't come back until there was a big resurgence in leadership and things, and it came out, you know, how they overcome adversity and got most of their people back. So, well, actually all of the people that went to the final part of the expedition actually came back. But sadly, my family member was part of the Ross Sea party, which was there for backup. I'll read you a little bit about that. Victor George Hayward, born 23rd of October 1887, was a London-born accounts clerk, and he went on the expedition 1914-17, and he'd previously spent time working on a ranch in northern Canada, and his experience combined with his do-anything attitude was sufficient for him to be engaged by Shackleton as a general assistant to the Ross Sea Party, a support group with a mission to lay depots for the main cross-continental party. Hayward quickly proved himself to be hard-working and resourceful. He was one of 10 members of the shore party that was marooned when the Ross Sea Party's expedition ship Aurora broke from its McMurdo Sound moorings during a storm and was unable to return. I won't go on to read you the rest of it. There's lots more to read. It's a fascinating story, but Sir Ernest Shackleton, well, we've read the quote there, and Victor George Hayward, who was my distant relative. It took me years to discover after a penciled note on some lists of family members. It said, one of these went with Shackleton to Antarctica. And after I had to dig and dig and dig. It took me years to find out, and I was searching for the wrong name because this name didn't appear in my family tree until I discovered, you know, I went through each one and eliminated them, but during my inquiries. But the one I was looking at did have a family name, and I thought he was the one, and I couldn't find the link, which, you know, wild goose chase and all that. But you're here to see the coins and hear a little bit more about Shackleton and his exploits. But you've had a good look at the front cover of this pack, and as I say, it couldn't have been better for me. 10 out of 10. Cardboard folder, carded folder. It's not robust at all. It feels flimsy. It's already got a couple of creases that have come through the post on the edge there, but it should have been stronger for me, and I would have liked to have seen it in a cardboard sleeve. It was £30, and it comes from issued by Jersey. So I'm just going to put that back on there just for a minute. So you know, it could have been, that's all. You know, I'm not concerned about any of this presentation at all. All the coins themselves, it's just very disappointing that it's so flimsy. Now let's turn over for you. I'll show you the coins next because I know that's what you're here for. Now, all three coins have the Ian Rank Broadley portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on there, and there they are. And the text bit, which I know you love. The country of issue, is Jersey. The year of issue is 2021. The metal is bimetallic. Weight is 12 grams. And the diameter is 28.4 millimetres for each coin, that is. Denomination £2. The finish is brilliant, uncirculated, and the edition limit is 9,995. Bearing in mind that's only for this type of presentation pack, so there will be lots more in different styles of presentation. And then it says the obverse was designed by Ian Rank Broadley, and the reverse is designed by David Young. Okay. Now inside we've got all the information, which is fabulous. I'm just going to use that eraser again to hold that shut because of the glare. Okay, shall I zoom down on the first bit for you? And the first coin. Can you see that clearly? That's with the, yeah, it's much better without, isn't it? Okay, let's see if I can read that from here. Nimrod, Expedition 1907 to 1909. I'm not going to read the next bit because I'll be squinting to try and see it. But suffice to say that the first coin is about the Nimrod Expedition 1907 to 1909. And then the second coin covers the Trans-Antarctic Expedition aboard the HMS Endurance 1914-17. I'm just going to read that, move that up so you can read that one and see that coin. Yeah. And then the last coin is about Shackleton Rowett Expedition 1921-22. And it marks the 100th anniversary of the 1921 Shackleton Rowett Expedition. This would prove to be his final voyage. Shackleton would later perish on this expedition in South Georgia in 1922, making his final expedition even more poignant. He was buried there in the Antarctic as per his wife's request, rather than being brought home aboard the expedition. Ooh, okay. By endurance we conquer. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to give you another look at these coins and then I'll show you the other page. Hoping you can see this without glare from the lamp, which is next to me. I will sort this lighting out for you. Now this page here, I'm going to just in the other way. Okay, move into the centre for you. This is the front of the Daily Telegraph, not the Daily Telegraph. Saturday, March and it looks like 25th, 1916. There we are. And it's got a map plan of Shackleton's expedition, and it points out like the Weddell Sea and the Ross Sea Party. This is where my man sadly didn't make it. But there was all sorts of hurdles which you'll only read about in the book with or off the internet, where it's got much more full details. But there was one endeavour after another to get them through and to get them all home. As I say, it was because they said I brought all of his men back, but that's not strictly true because of the expedition, which was the support party, and all these things are done in teams. So all those other people that went on that expedition, I believe, were all valued members in their own way. I know there were lots of quotes about different members in the book, and some were funny and some were telling, you know, a type of person, and it tells you all about all the different, as I say, things they had to endure, and that was not enough food was the main thing I could see, and not enough in the way of protection from the weather. Their clothes, they lost a lot, of course. The Endurance was trapped in the ice. Oh, it goes on, but it's like one of the biggest adventure stories you'll ever read, and true, of course, so that makes it even more poignant. And you've seen the reverse, I've shown you that, but in case you want to do a screenshot. And the Ian Rank Broadley coins. Well, the coins themselves all have the same outer brass coloured ring, for want of a better description, and on one side it says Bailiwick of Jersey, of course, and 2021, Elizabeth II, and £2, and that says the same on all of them. They're exactly the same. And then when you turn them in for the reverse, it says on each one the same again. It says Ernest Shackleton, 100 years of polar exploration. So the outer rims are all the same, it's only the centres that are changed. And so when you think about the cost of this presentation and making the coin, it's not quite the same as producing one that has got something different around the outside, and different portraits and things. So not that I mind this being the same, I don't. I'm just saying that for £30, I still would have paid it. I don't know how much I would have paid. I think that's the problem, isn't it? We get fall in love with a coin or a subject, and that's it. We'll pay anything, basically. Well, I try not to, because I try not to let the, common sense to go out the window. I did think £30 was definitely the limit, though, but as I say, because once I saw it, I said, no, I'm not having it, it's too expensive. That was my first response. And then I've looked at it and looked at it and looked at it and thought, I got to have this because of the link, the family link. So there we are. So Ernest Shackleton. He got an OBE. What else did he get? He got some other, I'll just turn my pages over. I've got lots of notes here, and I don't want to bore you with me reading. I wanted you to have a really good look at the coins. Yes, he got the Royal Victoria Order 1909, and the Officer of the Order of the British Empire, which is the OBE, 1918, and the Polar Medal with 3 clasps. And my member, by the way, was posthumously awarded the Polar Medal. He wasn't awarded it at the same time as everybody else. But then they realised that it says here, let's have a look. During the main depot laying journey on the Great Ice Barrier 1915-16, Haywood, that's my man, was one of the 6 who marched to the Beardmore Glacier to lay the last of the required chain of depots. On the return leg, the party was struck with scurvy, which caused the death of Arnold Spencer Smith, who was the expedition photographer, and he was also a clergyman. Although suffering badly himself, Haywood helped bring the rest of the party off the barrier to the relative safety of the Hut Point shelter. Haywood disappeared on the 8th of May 1916 while walking across the frozen surface of McMurdo Sound in the hopes of reaching the expedition's base at Cape Evans. His body was never found. 7 years later, Haywood was posthumously awarded the Albert Medal for his efforts to save the lives of his stricken companions on the barrier journey. Wow. Yes, some moving stuff and some real adventurous stuff. Do you know what I mean? Bear Grylls, eat your heart out. Very, very good, eh? Very, very good. Loved it. But as I say, the packaging, apart from the card, is excellent. You can't see the coins unless you open it up. You can't see the reverse, I should say, unless you open it up. Again, this is one of the things that I find annoying, because I don't want to keep opening these things up. I like to keep them in pristine condition. And this Daily Telegraph, for effect, they faded it out a little bit, but for people like me who can struggle to see, it could have been sharper for me. But as I say, I think they've done that for effect. And then, of course, here we've got the information about the expeditions. Well, the coins, all about Shackleton, but it's a teamwork, isn't it? It's a team effort. Lovely. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little presentation on these fabulous coins, and I can't stop looking at this picture. Yep, it's very, very striking. Let's put it straight for a start, and then we can do a little shot. What's in the way? Something else is in the way. What can you see? A bit of the work stuff. I'm just moving this out because I'm going to do a little photograph. Is that it? Something else on my mat that's annoying me. Or is it on the phone? Don't know. There we are. Okay. I'm going to take a little photograph in a minute. I'll do it in a minute after the video. Okay, guys and girls, hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for your support. I really appreciate your lovely comments and funny comments. I have got a really good sense of humour, and I have been rolling on the floor almost with some of your one-liners, and I hope you're never offended by my one-liners, because I've got a few. I tend to make them up on the spot and dish them out, but I don't think about it too much. So as I say, hopefully you're not offended by my mad sense of humour. Right then, guys and girls, see you on the next one. Take care until then. Bye bye.